In a tranquil corner of an ancient temple, a monk entered the library with the grace of a whisper. The muted colors of aged wood and the aroma of incense enveloped him as he navigated the narrow aisles lined with precious Buddhist scrolls. In one swift motion, he poured tea over a stack of those sacred texts. The action captured the shocked gasps of nearby students who rushed to save the delicate scrolls, trembling hands reaching for the ruined treasures. There, the monk said calmly. Last time we explored how Zen shaped the samurai sword. Before that, we visited Bodhidharma's incredible journey, the monk who brought Zen from India and sparked a martial arts revolution. Today, we dive into the heart of what he taught. What exactly is this thing called Zen that influenced warriors and monks alike? The students paused, their urgency momentarily forgotten as they listened, curiosity sparked in their eyes. Most Buddhist schools promise enlightenment through careful study and practice. Zen? Zen flips the table. It declares you are already enlightened. You just don't know it yet. It's like looking everywhere for your glasses while they're resting atop your head. This rebellious branch of Buddhism shaped everything from Japan's deadly samurai to its most delicate tea ceremonies. So what made Zen different? And why did emperors, warriors, and artists fall under its spell? Today, we peel back the layers of mystery, revealing what Zen truly is. Not a complicated philosophy, nor foreign terms you can't pronounce. Just the stark truth about why a monk decided to stare at a wall for 9 years, and how that act changed Asia forever. The arrival of Bodhidharma. A lone monk sits facing a wall in China's Shaolin Temple, 9 years in silence. This is Bodhidharma, and he's about to transform Buddhism as it unfolds in the Middle Kingdom. Buddhism had spread from India across the Silk Road, filling monasteries with Sanskrit texts translated into Chinese. This task was immense. Scholars struggled to capture the rich concepts of Indian thought using Chinese characters. Some invented new words, while others borrowed from Taoism. Thus began a profound mingling of thought. Monks devoted lifetimes to studying sutras and debating philosophy, but the path to enlightenment grew increasingly complex. Practitioners found themselves climbing a spiritual ladder, one step at a time, each stage requiring mastery of specific texts and practices. The pursuit of enlightenment seemed buried under mountains of intricate words and formalities. It was in this environment that Bodhidharma arrived by sea in southern China around 520 CE. He surveyed the laid-out studies and declared them insufficient for true understanding. His initial encounter with Emperor Wu of Liang became legendary. The emperor, a devout Buddhist, proudly listed his temple donations and good deeds, asking, "What merit have I earned?" "None whatsoever," Bodhidharma replied flatly. Shocked, the emperor inquired, "What is the highest meaning of Buddhist truth?" "Vast emptiness, nothing holy," came the response. Confusion and offense washed over the emperor, but this marked the birth of Chan Buddhism, the precursor to Zen. The term Chan comes from the Sanskrit word dhyana, meaning meditation. It was time to jettison the reliance on sacred texts and rituals alone. Bodhidharma taught the power of direct experience through meditation. His students learned not to cling to words, but to see reality directly. His most famous disciple, Huiki, allegedly stood in the snow and cut off his own arm to prove his dedication to finding the truth. Breakthroughs beyond words. This revolutionary approach transformed Chinese Buddhism. Each master that followed developed unique methods to jolt their students out of conceptual thinking. Master Mazu would shout loudly enough to stun students into awakening. Linji struck his students or answered questions with slaps. Others posed impossible riddles called koans. What is the sound of one hand clapping? And what was your original face before your parents were born? All these techniques aim to break through intellectual understanding and reach immediate realization. As these teachings traveled to Japan in the 12th century, they became known as Zen. Japanese monks, like Eisai and Dogen, journeyed to China to study Chan, returning with its deeper insights. Eisai established the Rinzai school, emphasizing koan study, while Dogen founded the Soto school, focusing on just sitting meditation. Both preserve Bodhidharma's essential teaching, direct pointing to the mind, seeing your true nature. However, traditional Buddhist practices often required extensive study about enlightenment. Zen masters took a different route. Consider Master Gute, who responded to every question by simply raising one finger. One day, he learned that his young attendant was mimicking his gesture. The boy raised his finger when asked about Zen, and Gute, filled with frustration, cut it off. As the child ran away crying, Gute called out, "When the boy turned around, I raised my finger." At that moment, the boy achieved enlightenment. This event underscores Zen's urgency. Traditional Buddhist methods felt too gentle, too gradual. Zen needed immediacy, directness, even shock. The Zen tools for awakening. This urgency gave rise to Zen's three unique tools: Zazen, koans, and direct transmission. Zazen sits at the heart of Zen practice. Unlike other forms of meditation, Zazen does not aim for achievement. You don't count breaths, visualize Buddhas, or attempt to empty your mind. Instead, you simply sit facing a wall, watching reality unfold. Master Dogen spent years seeking the true Dharma in China, only to discover that just sitting itself is enlightenment. He termed this practice dropping off body and mind. The second tool, koans, eikyu, might be the most famous innovation of Zen. Puzzles or paradoxical statements, koans are not mere riddles to solve. They serve as hammers to break through conceptual thinking. A monk might wrestle with a single koan for years. The answer arises not from logic, but from a direct experience that ignites an insight. Take the koan about Dongshan crossing a stream. One day, looking at his reflection, he said, "Don't seek him elsewhere, far away. He goes his own way apart from me." This revelation captured a profound connection with existence itself. The third tool, direct transmission, sets Zen apart from other Buddhist schools. Zen asserts that truth cannot be confined to words or concepts. Instead, it passes from mind to mind, like a flame lighting another flame. This led to an intense focus on the master-student relationship, where each master cultivated unique methods for sparking awakening in their students. Consider the story of Huineng, the sixth patriarch. He emerged from humble beginnings as an illiterate woodcutter, yet his direct understanding surpassed that of all the scholarly monks he encountered. His journey illustrates that Zen's truth exists beyond books and learning. The ordinary mind. But here's where Zen becomes truly revolutionary. It points to ordinary mind as the way. Your everyday consciousness, eating, walking, washing dishes, contains everything you need. Master Nansen told his students, "Ordinary mind is the way." The challenge is not in reaching a special state of mindfulness, but in seeing what already exists without filters of thought and judgment. This ordinary mind reveals itself in every action. A Zen master drinks tea with complete attention. An archer aligns with bow and target. Even monotonous tasks such as chopping wood and carrying water become expressions of awakened mind. As one master put it, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. The actions remain unchanged, yet the understanding transforms. The samurai found an unexpected ally in Zen. It stripped away excess, focused on the present moment, and confronted death without flinching, ideal for a warrior's mind. Remember the tale from earlier when Japan faced the Mongol invasion? Zen monks stood shoulder to shoulder with warriors on the front lines, forging a bond deepened by a common understanding of life and death. The warrior's mindset. The answer to why these peaceful meditators connected so deeply with warriors lies within Zen's unique approach to mind and death. A samurai needed to act decisively. Hesitation in battle could cost them their lives. Zen cultivated the skill to move beyond thought into direct action. Master Takuan Soho coined a phrase to explain how the mind must always flow like water. When thoughts block the mind, it stagnates, resulting in death. This state of no mind, or mushin, became essential for martial arts. A sword master does not deliberate about their next move. They simply respond instinctively. This pure state reflects Zen in action, where the separation between mind and body, thought and deed, dissolves. Death itself served as a teacher. Zen monks often meditated in graveyards, contemplating their mortality. The samurai embraced similar practices, inspired by the saying, "Die before going into battle." Facing death fully, fear dissipated, leaving only pure action, a vivid expression of life, unfettered. Consider Miyamoto Musashi, Japan's legendary swordsman. He lived in Zen temples, between duels, and wrote in his final piece, The Book of Five Rings, a text resonant with Zen principles. It's simple and direct, reflecting a reality that transcends words. The influence flowed both ways. Zen temples absorbed the disciplined spirit of the warrior, adopting principles that remain evident in Zen today. The precise manner of eating, walking, and sitting owes much to samurai culture. Zen meditation halls mirrored military camps, following strict hierarchies and precise timing that echoed the warrior's life. The union of sword and tea. The fusion of Zen and warrior spirit birthed something unique. Consider Kyudo, the Japanese art of archery, where the aim transcends merely hitting the target. It's about the perfect union of archer, bow, and target. One master archer, when asked how he never missed, responded, "I am one with the target. When I release the arrow, I have already hit it." The same principle appears in sword fighting. Master swordsmen often describe moments when the sword moves autonomously, uninfluenced by conscious effort. In such flow states, there's no separation between action and intent, attack and defense. This is what the samurai sought in Zen, not peace and tranquility, but clarity and conviction in action. Even within a delicate tea ceremony, which might seem worlds apart from a samurai's blade, the same spirit thrives. Total presence and perfect movement without thought are imperative. The host executes hundreds of precise movements, each one natural as breathing. A single mistake could shatter the spell. Master Sen no Rikyu emphasized that the heart of the tea ceremony lies not in rigid rules, but in pouring a single bowl of tea, executed with complete attention. The same essence appears in Zen painting, where artists may spend years grinding ink before making their first strokes. At that moment, every line must occur in a single breath, no hesitation or corrections allowed. Take Hakuin's circle paintings, where a continuous stroke captures the essence of enlightenment. Whether imperfect or perfect, the point remains the pure expression of that moment. Zen gardens strip away the unnecessary. The famous rock garden at Ryoanji, containing only 15 rocks and raked gravel, embodies something that transcends words. Visitors can find solace for hours in its simplicity, as the gardener rakes it each morning like a moving meditation. Even poetry became a Zen expression. Haiku poets like Basho captured direct experiences in as few words as possible. Old pond, frog jumps in, splash. No explanations needed. The experience speaks for itself. Zen misconceptions. These arts do not exist solely for decoration. They're practices to probe and discover what really matters, the beauty of just this moment exactly as it is. Many believe Zen signifies quiet sitting, mindfulness, and peace. Yet real Zen masters would likely laugh at this simplification. Remember the monk who burned a wooden Buddha statue for warmth? When others expressed shock, He merely poked through the ashes, exclaiming, "I'm looking for the sacred relics." That, too, embodies Zen. Let's break down some common misconceptions. 1. Zen is about emptying the mind. Master Dogen emphasized that thoughts aren't enemies. They flow like clouds across the sky. The objective isn't to clear the sky of clouds, but to stop mistaking clouds for the sky. 2. Zen is peaceful and passive. Consider the master known for literally kicking over his student's rice bowl. Rinzai, who shouted to awaken his students, exemplified that Zen can embody both gentleness and fierce action. 3. Zen is mysterious and complicated. In truth, it strips away all that is complicated. When asked for a teaching, Master Zhao Zhou responded simply, "Have you eaten? Then wash your bowl." No mystery. There's clarity in immediacy. You need special conditions to practice Zen. The master addressed this head on, stating, "There is no special time or place for Zen practice. Your daily life is the way." 5. Zen is escapism. Zen means engaging directly with life. If you find Buddha, kill Buddha. If you meet the patriarchs, kill the patriarchs. Echoes the sentiment of fully immersing in reality. 6. Everything lives in sacred texts. Now you understand, Zen isn't hidden in sacred text or perfect meditation. It flourishes in each breath, step, and moment of life, whether through Bodhidharma's wall, gazing, a samurai sword's arc, a tea master's careful movements, or the gardener's rake. Awakening to the present. Ultimately, all these threads point to one truth. You are already complete. The only thing missing is your recognition of this fact. Master Linji articulated it perfectly. The true person has no rank, no form. Stop searching, stop chasing what you're looking for is what's looking. As you embrace this journey today, remember, Zen does not mean floating above your problems. It invites you to meet life directly. It teaches that genuine peace comes not from avoiding conflict, but from moving through it with a clear mind. As the students at the temple slowly centered themselves, contemplating the monk's act that led them to this moment of introspection, they recognized the profound simplicity of Zen teachings embedded in their daily lives. They began to see that every moment holds lessons, a pouring of tea, a mindful breath, a shared glance. With this newfound awareness, they understood that Zen isn't about striving for something beyond reach, but embracing everything fully. The sounds of rustling leaves, the warmth of sunlight, the taste of their next cup of tea. In this reality, Zen flows infinitely amidst the ebb and flow of existence. As they gathered the scattered tea and mopped up the mess, laughter filled the library. The monk smiled, pleased to witness the awakening happening right before him. A collective moment of realization, bondage released, and minds unfurling. In the echoes of their shared laughter, the wisdom of Zen began threading through their hearts like an indelible mark, one that would guide them on their paths, leaving them forever tinged with the realization of ordinary mind as the way.